Welcome to Talking with the Experts, talking about all things business by business owners for business owners.
A big reason, a big impetus behind me spelling happy with an I is that it wakes you up. And you'll see happy spelled with an I. Now you're trying to figure out what made this guy decide to spell happy with an I.
Talking with the experts.
There's this assumption that marketing means spending money. And I never really bought into that idea of spending marketing, because when done correctly and when done pinned under a strategy, marketing is actually an investment in your business.
Really thanking you for the work that you do, because the immense amount of hours and energy you put in to helping us educate ourselves and learn about different perspectives, even on the same topics, it's really exciting for me. And I was listening to a bunch of your shows before this today, and some of the things that I thought that I knew something about, the different perspectives just allowed me to really have a different outlook on and the different responses and so forth and so on. So it's been just really fun.
Talking with the experts.
So this is the book, Choose Better, and it is about really working through a systematic way to arrive at the optimal decision for any challenge, any decision making that is required to navigate our daily lives.
So I hope to help, also from my side, help women and to get involved in business and to make the right moves, because this is really important to shorten their learning curve, to share the strategies that really work so they wouldn't have to learn through trial and error.
Talking with the experts.
Rose, the one thing that you don't tell people is how much of a good heart you have. For those that are listening right now, you are one of the luckiest people out there to be in the presence of Rose Davidson. She goes above and beyond, even if nobody has asked her to do anything. She does things for you that are way, 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 way beyond what anyone can ask for. Case in point, I started a community platform, and I didn't know how to actually engage people and create content. And Rose just, from her own free will, just started putting content on there, and we started growing slowly. And I've got you to thank for all of that. So I'm so much indebted to you, Rose.
Will absolutely change your life. It's like, I know what I'm doing here. I've done it 13 times successfully. They've all been successful in their own rights. And if you follow the steps that I've laid out so easily, and you take the action you need to take, you will find success.
Talking with the experts.
As a penetration tester, you are employed by organizations to assess the security of, their networks, their applications, whatever it may be.
Hi there, Alan Stevens, International Profiling and Communication Specialist. Now, this is a call out for Rose Davidson. I've known Rose both as a podcast host and as a podcast guest. I've interviewed Rose a number of times over the years, and she's also been a regular contributor on our Campfire Project panel discussions, where she's brought a wealth of knowledge and experience to our conversations. Then more recently, I had the privilege of being interviewed by Rose as well on her podcast. And in that, she asked some really brilliant questions that really helped me to highlight the message that I wanted to get out to everybody. And so if you're looking for someone to interview you, or you're looking for a guest for your own podcast, I recommend that you get in touch with Rose. You'll find that she's a real delight to work with, and you'll find that if you're trying to get your message out, she'll know exactly how to put it out there for you. And if you're looking for a guest with a wealth of knowledge, then Rose is your lady.
Talking with the experts.
So the ideal dream guest is someone who cares as much about the host and the host audience as he or she cares about him or herself. But the ideal guest also will have listened to the show before getting to the show to understand the vibe, the tribe, and the purpose so that there's a right audience to message match. Thank you, Rose Davidson, for having me as a guest on your podcast. It was like sitting down with a good friend to have coffee or tea over quality conversation about doing business. I am someone who guides people to be the podcast dream guest the top hosts can't wait to book and to show up hello as someone who others want to do business with straight away. And we had a wonderful conversation about exactly how to do that and some ninja strategies to be the favorite guest that hosts can't wait to book and invite to new opportunities. And so I'm so glad I had the opportunity. I mean, how awesome is that I can be in Bellingham, Washington, and talking with you all the way across the world, and to reach an entirely new audience of people who can benefit from how it is that I serve and how it is that you provide a platform for experts like us to reach a much wider audience and make a bigger difference. So thank you so much for having me on Talking with the Experts.
Talking with the experts.
So the difference, so SEO, is a timeless term, right? But if you're a business owner, some people have an understanding of it. Some people, it's literally just some cloud that you have to wrangle one day, right? When it comes to local SEO, and the most interesting thing is with local SEO, it doesn't matter where you are, right? Like you said, I'm US based, but no matter where you are, in the globe, you have a locality, right?
Mental health. At that time, mental health wasn't such a big issue. Nobody spoke about it. It was just hush hush, just as abuse is hush hush. And so I dive into working with my hands because I was always told I had healing hands. So I started working with my hands in terms of doing holistic therapies. I worked on cruise liners and things like that. So for me, the health starts from within.
Talking with the experts.
I think it's imperative because almost everything we do in business is a negotiation, whether it's dealing with your clients, working out the terms on which you're going to do work for them, whether it's dealing with suppliers, whether it's dealing with staff, or even if it's when you get home at the end of the day and you're dealing with your spouse and your children.
I'm not a sadist, despite appearances. I'm not a sadist. I'm not going to make anybody suffer here. But if you are feeling anxious, if you're feeling challenged, it's going to make this easier for you. Because my process, I call it alchemy, financial alchemy, like the name of my book, because alchemy is the transmutation of lead, like lead in human experience, into gold, spiritual and material gold.
And I was laying out the example that this is how business is done in Europe. And given the context of what needs to be done here and the value proposition, you got to go global from the start. And by the way, the telecommunications infrastructure, which in my view is the most complex machine man has ever created because it's constantly changing in terms of technology, commercial opportunities, etc. It's a global initiative anyways. So to think that you can just operate with this opportunity in the US is short-sighted.
Talking with the experts.
Hello. I appeared on the podcast with Rose Davidson, and I was delighted to be on her show, Talking with the Experts. Being on the program with Rose was a blessing, and I am thankful to God for giving Rose the vision to create a powerful platform so that business leaders can share their stories with others. Rose made me feel welcome. She has a gentle soul and a big heart for serving others. And most of all, Rose is not afraid to show her passion. Rose, thank you very much for having me on Talking with the Experts.
Talking with the Experts.